In this video, we shall discuss test result report sections. This video will be based on slides. If you prefer a review based on the document, please refer to the next video. Of course, there are many sections in test result report, something like that. And in real-life projects, some more sections may be added, some sections may be combined, some sections may be somehow renamed. That doesn't really matter. The main idea stays the same, and now we shall discuss it in details. The first section is summary. It's a very brief and meaningful description of all the results, achievements, problems, etc. Something that is really worth mentioning. And as we can see here, yes, with best case scenario, most stakeholders may only read the summary and go to do some other useful work. In all slides in this video, at the bottom of the screen, you may see an example. Of course, it's extracted from the context, it's just a couple of sentences, but nevertheless, read it to get more ideas on what may be written in the corresponding section. Summary here. The next section is simple. It's a section containing the list of testers involved in the project during the reporting time. Because when we have long projects, several people may be on the project or out of the project at any given time. Here we see names, we see roles, we see responsibilities, and usually this section is created automatically using the information provided by the project management system. The next section is testing process description. It contains not facts and conclusions, but it literally contains description of what and how the test team has been doing. Here is some example. Unlike in summary, here we have all those facts, here we have some process details. It's useful for sharing best practices, for analyzing our experience, for retrospectives, and so on. The next section is also simple. Yes, it contains timetable, it's usually an automatic export from some reporting system or maybe the project management system. So it helps us and stakeholders to see the workload, time distribution, time consumption, and so on and so forth. Here is just a little example, like who was doing when, what, for how long. Usually with the partitioning up to 1 hour or half an hour. The next section contains new defect statistics. So here are numbers of defects in different states, like found, fixed, etc. that were detected during the reporting time. And yes, this is an automatic export from some bug tracking system. Even if your bug tracking system cannot produce such table, it's absolutely easy for any IT specialist to use an SQL query to the database and produce such table. And maybe such table will be combined with some chart or something like that. It's easy, and most bug tracking systems and other reporting tools provide such opportunities. But usually only numbers are not enough, so we have to have the list of the new defects found during the reporting period. So we have a section containing such list. It's also an automatic export from a bug tracking system, usually with ID, severity, and summary of a defect. And those IDs are usually active links, active URLs. So we may click such link and go to see the details of some defect report. We've seen such a table 2 slides ago, but here we have overall defect statistics. So here all the defects found during all the project are mentioned. Not just for the last reporting period, but for the whole project time from the beginning. It helps to understand how things are going in general, not at the present moment, but for the whole project lifetime. The recommendation section is one of the most tricky indeed. It usually contains some previously discussed and already approved decisions. Something like changes in the team, the schedule, the test plan, the technology scope, and so on. So here's just a quick example. And sometimes this section may be left empty, because if we do not have anything to recommend, we do not recommend anything. But if we have to mention some useful information, some important decisions, we use this section to provide that information in our test result report. And the last section, attachments, appendices, and so on. It contains any useful data like documents, logs, charts, schemas, and so on, and so on. Anything that may us somehow help to understand the result report better and is somehow useful in other ways. And in the next video we shall see an example of test result report and discuss its sections once again.